clear out information. That's something that Gen G's very good at, on reading those timings. And right now, T1 just want to get a better read on the positioning out here. The rendezvous baiting it out. And that's a trade from Izu. 1 for 1, though.
Slowly moving up.
This is perfect for them, right? I mean, it's all as intended. Oh! They did have mid-control, and yes, you split the numbers, but you still have to hit the first shot, and Lakia, Texture, he shines in this position, and there's only 13 seconds. Yeah. Dwindling down, counting down, it's 1v1s. Izu, good movement, he's just buying time. He actually wins out against Texture. The left-right movement favoring the rookie of T1. I mean, you have the space, you have to use it, but the big question is how are you able to buy time around Izu here? Karon just has to keep him tied up so the main forces can go in, and it's perfect! Karon draws the attention. They win the 2v2 from heaven. Going over 2-way. T1 going to continue with some mid pressure a little bit fast with the shorty. Not going to connect. That's going to cost you credits. Just do whatever damage you can with the classics and get by. And it's not going to be much damage at all, as it is a double team here. Lakia actually just getting all the kills himself, and that's a third for Lakia. 1 point away already from his Seekers in the anti-eco.
Punishing Guardian. I mean, hopefully Sai can at least pick off one head. Okay. And that's a nice little win for T1. You know, as much damage as possible. This series, just to start off Pacific Stage 2, right, means a lot for T1. If they can take down Gen G, that would be huge. But of course, for now, it's just going to be Gen G.
Something's going on. Lakia has to be ready for this, and he can't get it. This is absolute disaster for Gen G. All things pointing to a very, very clean round here for T1.
My goodness, absolute mind games. A double kill for a Saya player on the side of B while he slowly clears his back and everything else. Now Gen G, the rest of them, alongside 2 Spectres, trying to go for the retake, but they gotta be very careful and decisive with how they want to peek this one. Those Spectres against the rifles, if you peek out Heaven that way, nah, no way.
Yeah, I do like that they're slowly clearing out ramps, but at the same time, yeah, T1, they've just given ramps over entirely. Should have heard that, and they're going to get the ping with the guiding light as well.
Rossi.
Oh, this is all eyes on this side, though. Nobody's watching screens. T1, got to get those comms ready. You can't get too hungry for the kills here. That's going to be Kara with the 2. You can't challenge this guy like it. The pinch comes in for Munchkin. He's looking to do whatever more damage he can. Defuse already too late. He cannot pick up a gun to continue the fight. And T1, what looked... And now Saya player still just holding on to mid, and that's going to be the Thorn. Okay, Munchkin going to get a free clear, but the perfect timing from T1. The pinch is right there, and the shot stop for T denies it. Izu will still finally stabilize onto the kill onto Texture. Things are getting a little messy across both sides, but T1 comes out on top, 4-1 on the remaining members. Meteor, you have to save this rifle. You're already on the other side of the map.
Okay,
off of all the indirect information, 10 seconds.
Good hit. Manages to hold down the off angle. First thing goes through, but then it's trade from Stacks. Karon has arrived on the scene in time, but he needs to buy more time for the rest of the team to arrive on site.
Oh, the blast pack!
What again with the blast pack? It throws Karon off. Now the retake in a 3-on-4. Munchkin trying to find any line of sight, but T1 is not giving it to him.
T1, decisive, just planting where it is safest.
Ooh.
Gets the good spot from Izu as well. Now Saya's going to have his crosshair strained. He does get cleared out, and now it's going to be all 1v1s. The timing favoring Gen G. Still a 2v2. Stacks and Izu. Stacks good for 1, and Izu down to a 1v1. You just have to play time. Stacks, he's been in these positions before.
All right.
Going against Munchkin. Munchkin has to hold at least that. He's got 1 shot, but Stacks will clear with a 3K.
I mean, it seems like a small thing, but it's so much pressure against Gen G, who wants to play off of information. Now they have the adaptations as they swing out along that Trailblazer. Rossi, though, taking down Texture. No
Both
operator
teams
for Gen G.
Really just waiting for the reactions across the map. The comms have to be really good across all 10 members in the server right now. Izu has been spotted, but it's too many targets as T1 just absolutely swarmed the site. Paranoia will get dodged by one of the members. Stacks still has his vision. He peeks out on the wide swing, takes down Meteor, and it's just Karon. He's done some crazy things before, but not today.
Not a lot of defenses for Gen G right here.
No.
You've got Munchkin with the pit. Is that going to be enough? You've got the trips, and it works out well for Gen G. Munchkin lands the shot through, but here we go. You still have ramps and having to look out for. T1 could infiltrate from behind.
10 seconds, you can't go.
Are they trying to go through?
No, you can't. You just can't. They're going to have to save. They're going to choose where to save because you don't want to get stuck around the pit. I think they realize they just wanted to make sure they cleared their backs to make sure that they don't get all taken out from vents. You know this has to be a B head.
And that's such a good read from Gen G as well. keeping the weight on B.
Oh, you don't expect
A little bit
this.
of pressure towards mid too, but what a way to hold the up angle just around the edge of the smoke. Karon firing off as well. Rossi finding those trades, pretty good for it so far, but now he's on one-on-one. Tries to flick upwards, but Munchkin just shuts him down.
Call.
Yeah, in terms of the macro game, I mean, the decisions from Gen G as well, it just looks incredibly good right now, and they're starting to get proactive with this, holding different angles, swapping out the positions, Karon getting that initial kill, and then Texture holding the angle up around A.
Yeah, so what we're seeing Gen G start to do is they're using a lot of these smokes to create these angles, right? Earlier, Lakia tries to peek under the smoke. This time, Karon above his own smoke, or above his opponent's, rather, from the box. And now they know that T1 likes to peek across the map, so Gen G's been waiting for that timing. Rossi spotted. Has to push away, but Lakia's coming in from the side. There's the Shrouded Step, trying for the bait and switch, but Lakia, he will not fall for it. He will hold his ground. He's going to get out alive.
Oh, what a big swing. Then that has wobbled T1. Gen G knows they have the numbers now, and they're looking for the knockout blow as we end the first half.
It's a good snake bite, being prepped for B main, but Rossi, he's not going to have the time for it. It's a jump out after the stacks, gets two, holds his ground. And now it's a pinch, a crossfire here for T1, but Meteor, his crosshairs are trained. The classic good for three.
He holds it down, and now back to a 2-on-2. Lakio's a little bit low. What is T1's game plan? The spike has been dropped around the site. They're trying to listen for any cues for them to go through.
Saya's waiting for the push out.
Gotta keep in mind,
He knows.
Izu is right behind. Saya holds down the angle, gets the frag. Lakia down to 21 HP, tries to swing around, but Saya knows. You said it, Will.
He has to get a kill if he wants to stay alive. The paint shell's already knocked him down too much, but he will get at least one. Dwindles the numbers just a bit as the tags come in right on time for Texture. Can he get more than one? No, he will get shut down. The trade from Karon over on the site, 3 versus 2. Meteor brings it down to only one remaining member with the sole judge. Does have a rifle up top. Doesn't mind making the noise. He wants to get whatever value he can. Excure it. Doesn't have to IGL anymore. See if he can focus back in on some of these frags. Trying to do a bit more economic damage, because otherwise Gen G coming out with the Vandal and the Phantom still in hand should be able to continue that snowball.
The way his mind thinks, so diligent in clearing every little corner, every little bit, trying to get as much as he can, squeeze as much as he can out of this round, but that said,
just hiding out on that east side, has to back off, but Saya trying to reposition off of the guiding light. Izu's here for the trade, plays it safe, gets out with his life. Lakia took a huge hit as well, down to 35 HP, but the trademark, it's not going to get the ping anymore, Izu. You're not safe here on Heaven. A site taken over. Excure it. Where can he reposition to? Using the smokes to mask his position.
30 seconds
Goes
left.
inside. The pop flash. The check is good from Lakia. Paranoia. Which way is it? Excure. You're surrounded. Can you get the wins? The toxic screen. It's absolutely denying his vision. As Meteor will pick it up with the classic.
great way to pick things off. Rossi tries to get a little bit more space, but ultimately denied. This is going to have to be a save for T1 now as Stax hides away over in mailroom. I mean, Gen G pushing forward onto the site. They figured out where it hurts for T1, and they just keep on pressing.
So Gen G, they get into sites for free right now. Texture goes all the way above, but they haven't quite cleared Rossi. He will get one, but Texture opens up the site. They've already got the crossfire. He's trained onto it, but the high-low, Izu good with the Sheriff. And Meteor will cover the flank. There is an operator on the side of T1. Do they want to go for this retake? See if they can maybe pick up any weapons. Ooh, clean shot from Saya, but no rifles, easily recoverable.
Still a big pickup nonetheless. Gen G continues to peek out.
I mean, Lakia, yes,
What are you doing?
You won the duel the last round, but you can't keep testing your luck like that. Now Munchkin all alone. The spike still hadn't been planted just yet. Like Gen G knew they were surrounded. 3v1. Munchkin, the IGL. He's been in this position so many times for Gen G to pull the rabbit out of the hat. 30 seconds to do it.
T1 knows they don't have to do anything.
30 seconds left.
There's absolutely no need.
Uh-oh.
The guiding light, and now they know he hasn't stuck it, so they will wait another 20 seconds. That's the second tap. You know you still have more time. There's the jump, and there is the perfect timing. It's actually stacked.
Defenses on the sites. Gen G trying to split them up.
Oh, Texture. Trained for it. There's the showstopper. Not missing a single beat. Does he check right under? Oh, no, there's an opportunity here for Stax, and he does get the double. Oh my gosh, I was holding my words right there to the very end. Texture sure trades it out. But the site not entirely opened up just yet. Rossi, he spots the barrel. He wants the kills. He's going to keep up the move. And Xcurit is there for the support. And once again, it's a 3v1. This time the rookie of Gen.G. But experience in spades across the world as he tries to prove himself as one of the best once again here in Pacific. Reposition with the Shrouded Step, trying to isolate the angles. Tries to get one. He gets one. Rossi low, down to 46 HP. The smoke to make sure that it's only one angle. The reposition. Gears are turning for Charon.
They're surrounding him.
He's waiting for it. He's banking on the fact that they have to funnel in from one side towards the spike. He'll clear the other angle first, and he'll wait. Just believes that it's going to be the fake. He can't check the spike. They're not on it just yet. He knows they have coming from the same direction.
Oh my god!
And T1,
he says a flash.
Bamboozled. Paranoia sent. Has to just play for time, and now Charon will not give the angle. And it's going to be Charon. Mid given up for now, but Trademark's still there. 2 members up in heaven as well. And Gen.G hears his meteor.
What?
Uh-oh. The ultimate. Can he find him? All right, Izu. He re-clears it. He's in a little bit of trouble, but he is going to be able to buy time. The Seekers coming through, so Gen.G, they have to wait. Saya waits. He knows that it has to be another member already up in heaven. The clear is good. The guiding light's coming out on both sides as Munchkin starts to crawl in. They haven't cleared the site just yet. Izu, he's just going to give the plan. He wants the kills. He wants to dwindle the numbers. The 3K from the Rays. And Munchkin finds himself in familiar territory against 3 members of T1. Spike down this time. That's in his favor. But can he get to it? No, Rossi won't block the path.
Can block off so much. The rest of the team doing their job and getting the information. Rossi might feel a bit of pressure with the pink shells now, but he's still alive. That's right. Tries to swing back to recorrect his aim, but Charon will be able to take him down with that Sheriff. Now it's a high-low setup. Stack's gonna have to wait for his teammates. They are on site.
They have his back. They're able to cover the entry in from main. Now the screen comes up though. The Paranoia Trailblazer to make sure that they trade timing for timing. Meteor, meanwhile, clears out the A side. But now it's going to be Gen.G. They have to come into it, and Izu goes in. The spray transfer is clean. As
Player standing.
2 taps. And Saya will answer back. 5 HP for Meteor.
No way.
It's so good. Trying to use it against him. Hides right under the rafters.
No
Saya,
way.
do you suspect this? It's so hard to read. Saya, he gets the flick onto Meteor. He may not have had the read, but boy, does he have the reaction. Back, trying to change the tempo, but T1, they've got a crossfire here, just waiting patiently past the Paranoia, but Gen.G, the flood is too strong. Overwhelms the 2 members of T1. Saya player still watching with an op over on the B side as well. This retake, it's going to be very delayed if they even go for it at all. And I'm thinking maybe they don't with the weaponry they have. Just let this one pass.
Yeah, not sweating too much, you know. Still 4 rounds in the lead. Gen.G trying to fight back, but this Gen.G Tiger Rush is only going to work for the 1 round, right? Afterwards, T1's going to have to start to come in with some adaptations now. What you got to admire, though, still, is despite the crossfire setup from T1, Gen.G breaks right through. That's always so incredible. The spike goes down now. T1 going for some exits. And you're absolutely right, Will. I mean, T1 sitting on those 4 championship points.
The mind games from T1. The operator makes it seem like it's going to be the strong side over here, and now Gen.G, they will be able to clear heaven. 2 members left on the site. The smoke to try to give an angle for Xcurit. His position gets red, and Charon will answer back. Izu, he's trying to come through, but he gets stopped on the tripwire as Stax trying to just throw every heroics he has ever learned throughout his career as a veteran. Holds on to the site. Meteor breaks through. Texture as well. It's all on Stax. Low HP. He can't recover it. And here comes the double blast pack with the showstopper. Sends it to heaven. Doesn't find the kill, and it's going to be answered back from Stax. They do clear out Xcurit from elbow. Texture hiding out in the open, and he's still good for 3 with only so much HP. Now getting healed back up.
Texture! It's the same stuff that we saw in that match against Heretics, now online for the ace. The flight path, the way he reads the map, the way he knows where to swing, where to peek, and his teammates there just to back him up as well. Down to the last one. Saya player only has an op for this. Can he make it happen?
It's always been the best tool for Saya player. But having to go up against 3 members. Yep. 3 champions coming off of a hot streak in Shanghai. Saya looks to isolate it. It's a rough angle for him. There's no way you win that one. Spray through the smoke. Does he connect with the last bullet?
And a second one! Third goes down!
Just absolutely shuts down the push into the site. Meanwhile, Saya, sure, you're trying to make an opening, but he gets heard. Meteor turns on a snap on the minimap. Makes the call to his teammates. They're ready for it. And Munchkin, a little bit late on picking up his weapon, but there's only 10 seconds left. All Meteor needs to do is take down the spike, and he will wait. It's just going to be salt in the wounds to Stacks as T1 gets shut down off of their only timeout in the very first round. Smoke come out, so Genji knows something is up. They know that there's something waiting for them. Meanwhile, it's a double team at the entrance of B. So Genji, they don't really have a choice. They have to go through where they still have the numbers advantage.
Screens.
Looking to push it. Saya player lets one pass. He actually gets it. Snaps onto him through the scope.
Meteor.
Rendezvous out. Now only 10 seconds left. Saya still gets one, but the site has been cleared out. And Saya pushes out. He is looking to stop Genji. Now a 2v1. Lakia all on his own. Doesn't have his ults just yet. Wants to isolate the 1v1s. Wants to get the first pick, but Rossi swings around too fast. The tripwires there to make sure they don't get taken out by a single paint shell. As the paranoia gets spotted, but Izu swings out. However, Genji, they dwindle the numbers across the map. Still ahead. 4v2 now. As Karon stops Izu in his tracks.
Difficult. I don't see it happening. Look at so much vision, so much information, and the positions as well. Karon is left undetected. And of course, the simple headshot to bring them over out on top 14-13.
With his cyber cages,
I'm worried about Xcurate.
Izu has too many things to look at. He needs to win the first kill. He will not get it, and now Xcurate all alone on the site. Stacks. Has he been sighted? Perhaps not, but now they know for sure he's already on the site. He gets one, and Xcurate swings out. Tries to get extra trades. Stacks taken down. XQ all alone. There's the noise. It's just set up for Munchkin as he has been wrapping around, and Xcurate has no idea. Waiting for Texture to peek out.
It is too darn difficult, Will.
There it is.
He pops it off.
Buying for time, gets a kill for his troubles.
Saya again.
And this might just be Genji reminding T1 why they were able to pick up Pacific's first international trophy as Saya. Trying to make the impossible happen, but time has already ticked too far. And Karon knows it.
No.
Saya, hands off the mouse and keyboard as Genji taking a lot of early space for free. T1, they're waiting for a trap play, waiting for a reaction. Stacks will correctly back out, gets the dink. He knows that he did a little bit more damage. They know that they can now pressure them onto that A side, but the paranoia's on both sides. Xcurate will calmly take down two as Rossi comes in, eventually getting taken down by Meteor. Now a 2v2, but Spike down in tree alongside Xcurate.
Still very careful. It was a little bit chaotic for a second there, but back onto it. Xcurate fights back. Karon with a sudden swing out against Stacks, though. And that's enough damage. Xcurate still trying to maintain control over tree with a frenzy. Saya player arriving just on time from the back. Xcurate swings out the frenzy. It's good for now, but the burst not enough on towards Karon. It is a one-on-one where Saya is full health, though.
Saya, here's a door. He just needs to wait, and there it is. A single shot. Took a little while to get here. In their hands, Texture and Meteor. It's a high-low perfectly, and Meteor recognizes it. Doesn't get the first shot, and Izu, meanwhile, holding it down over by the C site.
Last player standing.
They'll just keep chasing through it. Meteor, he's trapped now. Try to isolate whatever fights he can. He's waiting to see if they'll come on for him. Try to get a 1v1 each time. Oh, and T1. I like it, because I was afraid. There's going to be a couple half armors, and Izu, right through his teammate's body, will still pick up the first kill. But Stacks not sure where to look as they know that there might have been a crossover by Rubble. Saya, he's been spotted, has to use both. The reload's going to be slow. The cover from Rossi isn't good. It's good enough for the rendezvous, I'll tell you that.
And then the snake bite as well from Rossi just to continue to hold them off, but it's down to the 3-on-3. Lakia might be a bit low, but Genji has the timing to get the spike down on the site.
Can they get out of this without taking more damage? T1, they don't necessarily need to win the round, but they'd love to take away all the weapons. And Rossi, he's not giving Genji a chance. He knows with the lower numbers, they might try to create a bit more of an opening. Meteor won't go any deeper, though. He needs to be ready to cover for his teammates, go for a bit of a pinch and a trade over by the site.
Still have Paranoia too. You know you want to clear tree, so I wonder if that's what the game plan is. Saya just holds down the angle. It takes the shot. Not too bad. Gen.G still in a good spot, though. They might be able to play something through the smoke. There's the paranoia.
Oh!
Rossi goes in for the push. Not good enough, though. Lakia reactions fast enough. Spike timer dwindling down, and Extra cannot hold it down. But the penetration! That's the kills, but Gen.G picks up the round off of the Spike.
It's going to be that B side.
10
Stacks
seconds
a little too late on that information. Caron was ready for it.
3 sites, Gen.G uses every single one, and now all they gotta do is to hold these exits and look at the map. I mean, you've got Caron watching A, you've got every single other player watching Waterfall, watching Heaven.
Oh.
If anything's gonna make it happen, it's gotta be the showstopper. He's gotta find a bit of value, gets the first one, but Gen.G trades so quickly. 3 players gone from T1, and all that's left is Saya player, valuable weapon in hands. He's gotta try to keep it in the hands of T1.
Oh, here's a blast pack, dude. He knows Texture's on the hunt. Saya waiting for it. Just hedging his bets that it's going to be the peek around water, but now he hears the footsteps. Trying to stay alive with the up! Tries to make sure he gets the better angle. They'll open the door. Now, is this a fake or is it a rotate over to B? That's the big question for T1. As Xcurit gets tagged behind the box, he goes down, and Stacks, he's all alone. The trademark not going to stop enough as he goes down. Tour de Force online, though. The slow will protect him. The spam's coming in from Izu. As iPlayer knows his job is just to cut off the backup support. And a 3K with the Chamber Ultimate to lead to a thrifty, pretty deep blast pack. And T1's not expecting it. They're already in the site by the time you hear the utility. Gen.G's been doing this a lot in Master Shanghai, as well as now all the util dump goes through. Izu, they'll trade Paint Shell for Paint Shell. The Fades both eating it in full.
Okay.
Now a 3v3, but Saya player a little bit far from the action. Meteor already routing out the main forces of T1.
I mean, that was plan A, right? Was for Xcurit alongside Rossi. Now plan B, Saya might be able to pull off a bit of a flank. Still, though, the rest of the team has to stay alive long enough on this side. Rossi is doing a pretty good job so far. Saya lands a shot from behind on towards Caron, but do they know where Meteor is? They're clearing the site, and they see that he isn't here. Should have an inkling. Saya has his sight straight down and puts Meteor down to the ground.
That hunt should be good.
I mean, this would be a big round for Gen.G. They lose this round, they lose momentum. Meteor, off of the showstopper sound, he instantly flicks upwards. Great frag coming through. Now the rest of Gen.G has a lot more space, a lot more urgency with this lockdown to take down the A site.
T1, yeah, you can try to go for a couple spams, but you will just overall have to give the space, give it respect. And Meteor is digging so deep, way faster than you would
30
expect.
seconds left.
Oh, and he's going to get caught, though. Saya there for the backup. And it's going to be Xcurit, not able to hold on to the site. And so quickly, right as it started, Stacks all alone gets picked off with B side. T1 just can't make up their mind, but Saya is focused in, knows his mission is to protect the C site. He's gonna go for a peek out of the poison cloud, tries to go for a double, but Izu will be there for the trade.
He knows he can afford it because his teammates are right here. Now they're just looking for Meteor. Has been spotted. He's going to push up front now. Rossi with the Odin knows that pull-out animation is a little bit longer, so he falls back just to reroute back to his teammate. The spike is down, and that is their objective.
Now Rossi going for that decision, and he makes the correct call. Boy, oh boy, because if he had just walked in, he knows he has to be somewhere outside of the pit, but he can't quite find him, and he's already all the way through, tries to run and gun. He's a little bit desperate to dwindle the numbers, but it's not enough. 3v3 spike will get planted for Gen.G.
Not too shabby. I love that decision-making from Rossi, but back to the matter at hand. Now it's going to be T1 with the retake. Where is the rest of Gen.G going to be? You have to expect that some of them might be on site, not at the same time. Lakia has that Ninefall. He sends it through. He has robbed T1 of their hearing. Now the rest of them, Izu, great heads-up duel as he pushes through the door. Takes Texture down. Might just be able to play alongside his teammate, but unfortunately, Xcurit goes down. It's alongside his Odin now as Stacks fires on through. Caron has to watch his back, has to watch every angle possible, and it's just a little bit too much.
They haven't heard him leave just yet, and Saya patiently wait to pick up one kill. Now it is a 5v4. Pit online for Munchkin. Does he try to use it to make sure that they still have some form of advantage here on the site? He will use it to cover the entirety of the site. No way to get to the spike without entering the pit.
And that really puts Sion player at a disadvantage. You need automatic weapons to work against a Viper's Pit like this. Let's see if Rossi can do a little bit of damage while Gen.G tries to secure this spike plant down. Blast Pack just to try to throw him off, buying a little bit more time. but I don't know how much it's really going to do. What is this? He hops on over with the paranoia from XQ. Now Rossi firing in with the Odin. They have the site. 9 seconds left. Genji cannot get the plant down. It is 8-3 in favor of T1.
Showstopper spots the turret. He's going to use it just to clear it. Doesn't mind, doesn't need to get a kill because now they have the information. Genji stuck at the door in tree. Paranoia out just to keep him locked in further.
Oh,
You should run.
spraying through with that Odin. Lockdown being called in though, but Genji still trying to keep their options open, but they have to watch their backs.
Oh, and it's going to be Rossi digging deep into it. Can he get it? He even gets the lockdown right at the end in the last half second.
Last player
And now
standing.
Genji struggling to find an opening. They will not have flawless to wrap it up.
We saw in split side player with a Headhunter trying to find an opening.
Oh.
That's the first. Rendezvous away. Free kill.
Yeah, the fact that he stays alive, that's big on the pistol round. Sure, it's only 13 HP. But the fact of the matter is Genji, they need to leave somebody here. It's either that or they go for a full stack. And now, with lesser numbers, they will have to wait. The one-way allows Saya to take a bit of breath himself. The trademark there to make sure that they don't get out of the kill for free. You've still got Rossi around. He's been very good about trading for Saya player. On confirms presence. Double swing out, and Izu, he's caught with it. Survives with 22 HP. Genji, they are not getting the advantages they wanted. Munchkin all the way down to 14, and now you say, all right, well, at the very least, A-Site's definitely not the strong side, I'll tell you that.
Incredibly patient. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Tough for our predictors, guessing game predictors as well, but right now just trying to hold the off angle. Karen playing around the toxic screen, so much pressure, gets tagged up by Rossi Sheriff. The rest of the team from T1 pushing into the site. Only Lakia has arrived.
30 seconds left.
Is it going to be enough to deny that Spike Plant doesn't have the vision? He's going to have to wait for the rest of the team. 2 on 4,
Spike planted.
William.
Yeah, Izu's pretty weak, but the Prowler's gonna spawn him first. Lakia still good for the kill. 2v3. It is doable. It's a little difficult, but doable for Genji. However, Excurit's position in the smoke. Lakia, he has a suspicion. He's got the read, but he doesn't have the shot. And now only 14 HP for Genji to try to bring out the pistol. Munchkin brings it down to 2.
No way.
The Spike's not in a position he would prefer. The Han's going to spot him. They know he's sticking the half, and T1.
But the rest of the team will be able to sneak onto the site, maybe sneak a Spike Plant as well, and with patience, they actually bound Karen, and now they have the site.
Oh, the position's very good from Stax as well, as he is able to open up just one more angle for T1. Now they don't have to worry about all 3 angles on the retake, just need to focus on, quite frankly, one coming in from Waterfall, because you still got Saya player over by Mound as well. Stax, good for one up top. It is the Judge to meet him, and the trade not there, it's close quarters. Judge reigns supreme, and suddenly the site absolutely in control for Genji. The Outlaw will not get the pick. Texture's got the rifle in hand, and Rossi can't find it.
To make it happen though, and as the timer goes down to 30, that's when Genji rotates back over just to check. The sudden hit onto the A site now, and the pressure is good. Rossi, Izu getting a kill of their own. Now pushing even further, getting the timing onto Meteor. He was not expecting them to be there up around stairs at that time at all. Now it's all down to Munchkin. This is very much going to be now map point, William.
And they will just push for it with the Nightfall. They know that one's close and picked out real early. The Prowler pushes him away. Snake bite used, but so is the Showstopper. Okay, clears out the Poison Cloud for him. Meanwhile, can't cover his own back. What? And now, oh no, they're all getting picked off by Meteor. Genji holding true Lakia. True sight as he gets the headshot onto Excurit. So it's all about how does T1 recover from this. If they keep greeting, that might not be good. But if they wait for the opportune moment, we'll have to see. But for now, can't really ever count Snacks out. He sees one, tries to isolate the 1v1. He's successful. Gets one. Meanwhile, he should still have audio himself, but as he's peeking around, finds another one.
No way.
Down to a 1v2. Stacks with a triple, but it gets shut down by Munchkin. Wants to force him to have to check behind Rubble, and Lakia gets curious.
Oh no.
I mean, he had to. They had to check. They're waiting for a quick trade angle here. Munchkin, he swings out, gets one. Messiah is quick on the trigger.
30 seconds
and numbers
left.
advantage still for T1 as they are on the doorsteps of the map win. But the Showstopper comes online, has to send it the Paranoia. He's not going to find the target fast enough. Excurit from above. All down to Charon with a bulldog and half armor. He's on the site. 13 seconds. If he can get, oh, he cannot get anything as Saya player answers back. Can crawl in through B main, waiting for the slow orb to dissipate. Now T1 already all swarming the site as well. It's a quick flood, trying to make sure that they can take control back of the site. And Isu just cannot get enough kills. And all of a sudden, Rossi finds himself left alone in the middle of the map, up against 4 members of Gen G.
Here, running over while the spike gets planted. Really, really tough for him to... He's got a bit of utility.
Yeah, and especially as a Gecko here, just getting a couple more kills could mean a big thing. Trying to get that Thrash online early. We see it come on very early on Sunset a lot of the times. And Rossi just looking for one more kill on the exit. He gets one. Will not get the 4th, but that is 3 points. But they don't have the weaponry to fight it. Meteor digs deep with the Ghost. He does win the second one. Meanwhile, fight's already going through on the site. Meteor now already on the chase of Cyber Cage, trying to give him a bit of an advantage. Doesn't quite finish off the kill itself, though.
And it's so good because he only had to go.
He wants to get an exit frags. He wants to try to set up the Thrash in the next round. But it gets shut down. But even with the death, now only 1 away from that ultimate. So T1, last one trying to get past all of the early utility. But there's the spam through the smoke. He just can't get through. The flash a little bit late. But Stax not late on the trade himself. Will still be able to hold on to Elbow. Still 4 members alive. However, the rifles were purchased the previous round. And Gen G have a couple upgrades themselves. Still 3 rifles against the 4 of T1. And Gen G now slowing it down, forcing T1 to have to fish for information. Here comes that utility that's going to be going on to cooldown. There's the Mosh, and then there's the Aftershock. He needs to get out far, but he just cannot go far enough. Saya player really just has to get information. Gets an advantageous angles, repositions. Looking for the trade follow-up as well. Playing through the box, and he will get the 2nd kill. All the way through top mid. It's going to be more targets than T1 bargained for. They have no idea. Izu had no idea what was in store for him. Too many targets to choose from. And Lakia still here over on the lurk, ready to pinch when the time is right. He needs to get this kill, and he will. Sight is now opened up for free. Saya and Excurate going through the smoke early. Saya catches sight of one, but they need to go as a double team, trying to get the spike. Excurate goes in a little bit too far forward ahead of his teammates, and he's all alone. Thinks he can maybe deny the spike plant. And Saya, I mean, what can you do here? Sure, you've had some great shots as the chamber, but this time it's gonna be none. As Meteor closes it out, and Gen G once again keeps the lead. After that conditioning onto the A side, it's gonna be a fast push onto B. Whoa. The updraft and the dash deep in, but Excurate holds his ground in the smoke. We'll make sure he orients himself. Dwindles the numbers. Thrash online for Rossi. Oh no! That would have been a crucial kill, but still the trade. Still numbers advantage for T1. And now the Thrash. Gen G. Can they make sure that they have enough people staying alive? All the ults being drawn out of T1. And Gen G may just have to be calling it as a satisfaction and say, all right, throughout all the power ultimates.
Team is here to play alongside him, but he has to stay alive. Oh, Meteor just turns around. The trip wasn't even off yet. Just having the awareness to check for it, and now it's a 3-on-4 retake.
I mean, how does Meteor think to check once more when he still has the trip? He would have been safe if he just stayed away, but for now, all eyes still on the retake as it tries to go through. Never mind, it will get stopped as soon as it begins. T1 does not even get to step into the site. Saya gets a consolation kill. 1 point towards his ult. But that's going to be it. Has to go for a save. Wants to make sure that he's not getting chased. Will just make sure he's able to punish anyone who follows through. But Gen G.
Now despite the smokes, Munchkin going in to clear a little bit more, gets further information. Stacks now finding those numbers back into the hands of T1. Charon finds the trade with positioning. Still up on top. Good paranoia from XQ. Tries to send that go signal in, but side player unfortunately gets shut down. Meteor holding the off angle makes it that much more difficult for T1 to push through.
Gen G, they sense something's different. It's not the same reaction, and this time it is the pinch. The Dizzy set up alongside the Rolling Thunder. There's the Cyber Keys, there's the fragments, but it's not enough. B2, there always has been, but this time it's gonna be 3. And Izu doesn't need 3 as he'll get the 3K himself. Dwindles down Gen G to 2 members and a fallen KO. Munchkin, he will get raised. Oh, but Stacks, he's gonna go for the trades, and now down to a 2v2, but so low. Not even 50 HP combined between Lakia and Munchkin.
Saya's a little bit far away. Just needs to stay alive. With enough time gone, might be able to head over to a body and maybe pop off a res. I think that's what they want to do.
Yeah, and Gen G might be looking to just gain more space. They realize that this res might be happening. The fragment just a little bit off, but that lets T1 know minimum. It's Munchkin still over here, and now that's all a ruse to try to set up Lakia. Is Saya ready for it? He is, because you don't see any further reactions, and now the immediate ultimate as well. I mean, the read is perfect from T1. The timing's absolutely ruined, and now Munchkin knows. We spotted 2 of them on A site, and a bit of a blunder here from T1. They let all the audio go over to Gen G, and the spike will be planted. Thrash used, but numbers advantage in this 4v3 retake.
And this rotation, you know, it takes a little bit of time for T1 to get over onto the B site. Maybe 10 seconds. You don't have that much time to clear out the entire site right now. Surely you anticipate that they're just hiding inside of main, but then it's such a tough fight. Lakia still has the shock darts texture, incredibly sharp. The smokes have been set up. They're watching the angle. Karen set up on top. So sharp with an triple kill. Almost a 4th Lakia.
Not able to land the kill itself. Stax taking a bit of chip. Now surely you're ready for it. Stax tries to fake it out, but Texture, he has seen this time and time again. Reads right through the bluff. Takes out Izu, and that's the call for the execute, but Stax on site. Trained on to elbow. That's a 3 and an ace for Stax.
Got this off angle. They're trying to get pinched. Just in a good enough position to deny that wingman. Now the spike's out in the open. Izu able to take a frag off though.
Yeah, Meteor will have to reposition. His Ghost does get hurt. He tried to only fire 1 shot to fake them out. He's trying to get ahead of the wall. Does he find the opening? The Cyber Cage goes up, but Rossi already too fast into it. The wall perfectly placed. They'll still watch the small crack as well. Saya aware of the limitations of the Sage here on the B site. Texture with a fast flank. He gets 1 on Stax. That's the breach down. They have to clear out the flank first if they want to have any peace of mind. Needs to be a double team. Texture buys time for his teammates. Trying to go and stick the defuse. Karen gets 1, but Saya with a quick trade. Nobody on the spike just yet. Texture now coming back to try to open it up for Meteor, who gets 2. The reload. Saya, now he knows. Texture's coming in from one side. He can't get through the wall. He's holding it close. And the swing.
God.
Find an opportunity, but he will have to back off for now. The paranoia is good. It opens things up for Izu, but they don't quite have full control yet. Finally, taking down Meteor. Lakia and Texture gets a trade each. Trying to hold down the crossfire. Skirt fires back. Now they know they've targeted them all the way through. Dizzy sent out, so you still have the numbers advantage 3-2. Wall will be used to make sure that there is no rotate. Saya positioning himself above.
Wall. Blocks it off a little bit too. Tougher retake for Gen G now, despite, you know, making it actually winnable. Spotted out the angle though, Karen. Just right underneath. Now Lakia on the other side, pushing past the smoke once it dissipates. It's all down to Rossi. 1-on-2. Clear angles, but no escape route. He has to land every single shot.
It's a good off angle, but the smoke forces him to bounce out. He needs to juggle it, and he will. That's a triple for Rossi.
Very good stuff. And I gotta say, this is where Gen G feels the most comfortable, within range to strike down T1. T1 has to watch their backs. They're waiting for the cooldown to go off. And here comes the Thrash. Unfortunately, not quite able to spray it down, and that's the go button for T1. Excurrent presses on the pressure. Shot steps into the back of sight, waiting for those flashes to go through. He wants his teammates to peek alongside him, able to burst down Texture. That off is far gone. Texture.
Oh, the trip wire is good, but the backup even better from T1 as they're trying to back in. Never mind, Karon's backup, absolutely monumental. Bracing sound, goes through the crack, finds a 3rd kill as well. Stax trying to make sure that they have control of the site. The spike has been planted. It's a battle for time. Karen says he's not done just yet. Gap big enough to walk through it. Excurrent, good timing on it, but Karen even faster on the jiggle. The round should be going T1's way, all things considered. Oh, never mind. We did not consider all the things as you see the spray. And Karen, he wants to get it down! Finally gets erased. Wall up, and Izu finds the kill onto Meteor as well. Ready for the pop flash, not ready for that. What in the world is that?
Just walked right into his barrel. The muzzle's going off in the face of Munchkin, unfortunately. 2nd Thrash now going through. Karen, though, able to peek out, takes down Izu. Aimer for Aimer, and that's going to be it. Now the call to save. I mean, Gen G obviously trying to preserve this operator for Texture. They have some rounds left that they can, still play alongside this. So that's why I'm a little bit worried. Although the spike is going to go off. Gen G is still a team that you want to watch out for. Lakia now getting traded off by Rossi.
They have that Omen ultimate. They're just going to full send it. They realize if the opposite mid, surely the site is empty. But that's a counter ultimate from Charon. Stacks against one, but right now Xcurity, he's all alone. He cannot try to stick the spike just yet because then he's just going to get swarmed. 10 seconds left. Backup needs to arrive, but Texture is ready for it. He misses the first shot. Izu gets the kill, and now Xcurity starts to plan. Charon all alone in no man's land. How in the world does T1 flip this round? T1 does hear that. We'll see if they go for a re-clear. Still plenty of time, but full mid control, full B main control. Now door broken. It's going to be a pinch. Paranoia sets up for Market. Counter Paranoia, but it's still going to be that 1v1 against Meteor. Sorry, Birdcage.
Along with the fragment as well on the spot from Munchkin. Charon and Munchkin will continue to fire through. Good trades from Rossi and Izu, though.
And Meteor's still alive over in B main. I don't know if they realize this at all. Rossi's not ready for it. Stacks, thankfully, does get the trade. Spike recovered. Now waiting, gets pinged. Texture dashes in, sees Izu, and he sprays him down. Realizes Izu's sticking to it with the tracers. Stacks tries to draw them out. Here's the Sheriff. Goes for the fault line, wants to get the peek onto one. He wants to isolate the 1v1s, but can he do it? Now they've grouped up.
Left.
It's a 2v1 no matter how you cut it. And Gen G, no reason to rush. All you need to do is group up, and the timing in favor of Lakia and Texture to make sure they cut off the backup. Saya player, does he find the kill? That's a big one. Weakens out, the B side. Draws out the 0 point as well, and nobody gets tagged. Oh, that's not a good sign. Saya quickly calming everything he just saw.
Munchkin.
And the thrash goes in, but Charon goes ahead of it. They have no idea that he has Shroud of Step forward. He wants all the information. He wants the spike. He wants Charon holds it down for Gen G. Only 10 seconds left. They will get the spike plant. But Texture, they have no idea where he's coming from. They've never seen him in this round. It's now a 1v1. Saya versus Texture! The reigning champion from Masters Shanghai brings it home for Gen G.